Cord.
I get to consent this time.
Did you get it?
What? Yeah, what's up, Sean?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. This is your new house, huh?
It is, yeah. I don't know if this is going to be interesting to anybody, but I thought it would be good to talk to you anyway. We got a couple hours left on the Plaza Kickstarter too, and I was thinking that we would go live with this on YouTube, but you know, old dogs, new tricks, all that type of stuff, right? We spent about
Yeah,
5 or 10 minutes gabbing, trying to figure it out. And eventually, we might be able to work that out when you have a laptop again, right? Because you're not going to carry your desktop computer around.
well, I have a work laptop with me, but it's filters everything. That's why some of our videos lately have been glitchy. I think like when we were doing the talk with Gina, it had some glitch moments in it, at least on my end.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that great for Zoom because it's got like a extra firewall, like, hey, this isn't the school network, and so we're going to slow everything down. So this will be better for now.
Yeah. So anyway, if people are interested in pledging to Plaza and taking a look at Plaza, that is ending very soon, and so now it's time to act. But yeah, so I had a cross country move. I moved about 2,000 miles and drove that in 2.5 days, thanks to my friend James for driving with me. And yeah, so that meant relocating everything from San Diego to St. Paul, Minnesota. And we've talked a little bit before, you and I, about like studios and studio space and art spaces and things like that. And maybe this is totally boring and maybe nobody will watch it, but I thought it would be interesting to sort of, show you the space that we were planning on doing. You can tell from the sound right now that this room is really empty. None of our stuff is here yet. So here's a quick look. This is a second floor room. This is where I was finishing off the files for Plaza this week and doing some of the last little things. You can see a few books here that I've got out. You sent me this, right? Lonesome Go.
Oh, you got it. Okay, good. They made
Yeah,
it to you because
looks it.
we're gonna talk to Tim.
Awesome. Well, it's amazing. I'm super excited about talking to you about this. And then this is the French edition of Yokoyama Yuichi's Plaza, and so I had this as a basis of comparison. I packed all this stuff in my bag that was coming with me, and a few copies of some stuff that I worked on, and then these preview copies of
Ah,
first issue of Abolition of Man.
that looks
Um,
amazing.
yeah, it looks great. Alfonso Espinosa printed 10 copies for me to send out. And so some lucky people are getting a few copies of that in the mail. And this is all I've got right now. It's Ode to Kirihito, which is we're going to talk about fairly soon, maybe this next
Yeah,
week.
I
And
didn't realize you got that. That's good.
yeah, so basically everything else has been totally stripped down because I don't have any of my stuff. My stuff isn't going to arrive for another week. But here is the door. So we're on the second floor right now, and here's the door to the third floor. This is where I'm
Oh,
going
a
to work.
third floor.
Yeah, so here's the third floor, and you can hear the sound changing a little bit here.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
here's the third floor as it is right now. So this is going to be an interesting room. This is going to be Living the Lion headquarters. And
Well,
also,
it looks mystical and magical.
it kind of looks like a spaceship, you know?
It looks like you're working under a pentagram or something, and you're channeling a lot of energy up there.
Channeling a lot of sound, too.
Yeah.
And this is also going to be the practice space for me and my wife's music stuff. So she's teaching in the basement, and this is going to be a living line studio. But yeah, so drawing studio. When we do the Kickstarters, like the Plaza one that's about to end, this is where we're going to do the fulfillment here and things like that. So we were in a really tight space in San Diego, and this is a big change for us. But it was interesting, like figuring out which room or which area of the room, because I basically got 4 different areas to choose from in terms of the light and things like that. I don't know about you, Carson, but I find it basically impossible to paint with artificial light. I could
Yeah, I mean, I can do well because of color.
color stuff, yeah. I mean, and the transparent media seems way worse. Like, if I do a watercolor at night, I'm just always just appalled by it when I wake up and look at it. Um,
I guess because I'm colorblind, like it doesn't really matter. Like I'm mixing
right.
more theoretically. I don't know. I've never worried about it.
I just got little color sensitivity things that like it just if I, especially if the natural or neutral artificial light definitely is way better, but it still sucks. And so I kind of feel like I have sort of a finite amount of time that I can do color work in, especially like painting that's like real critical, like something where the original itself matters, and I can't like make a little micro adjustment afterwards. So I've been contemplating which room, because I basically have 4 sets of windows here uh, that face different directions. And I think I'm going to go for the south-facing windows as being the main light source here, and maybe setting up my drawing desk like right here,
Yeah.
because then I've got the
So you
south.
got the light. You got the light coming from the left, and then you can put like a drawing lamp on the right.
Exactly, yeah, and have like have the drafting table right here, and then I've got the southern light, so it's never like a direct light because we've got like diffusion from it not coming directly through the window, and also I've got like nice tree diffusion.
Well, yeah, and it will be more consistent all day because it's passing over the whole time. That's like most painters go for northern. They
Hmm.
try and get a space where they can have like a big northern window for some reason.
Interesting. And is it because most painters are right-handed?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's just like if you're facing north or south, then you get more consistent light all day, basically, because it's
Yeah,
coming over you instead of across you.
I think north is out for me because the window is a lot smaller, uh, and
Yeah,
also the view is a bunch of houses and things like that, as opposed to trees, like are sort of this nice like abstraction, or I'm not thinking about a particular thing. Whereas if you're
yeah.
looking out somebody's looking out the window at a bunch of houses or whatever, you can see like, oh, somebody's mowing the lawn, or doing this or that.
Yeah, I would go with it. Plus, it just looks like a jail cell window. So
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the way to go. But yeah, so same thing with like I'm going to be setting up like pre-press stuff and everything here too, and so hopefully having my drawing board and the pre-press stuff like physically separated a little bit from each other. Um,
so you can keep mentally separated too.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, put it over like the opposite wall, but that might actually be too close. The opposite wall might be best for like light reasons, but from like a mental standpoint, I don't know about I don't know. Like doing the pre-press stuff really messes with my art ability.
Yeah, I would imagine if they're right. I don't know how it was set up in the old place, but I'd imagine if they're right next to each other, it's too easy to like look over at the art,
Yeah.
uh, look over at the computer, and be like, "Oh yeah, shit, I need to do that. Ooh, that looks cool."
Right. Yeah. Well, and it's just something about the like granularity of the cleaning files or whatever. You start to see. I was telling you before about having a difficulty like resolving stuff. It's because I start seeing all the little micro things instead, and I think that's a
Yeah,
tendency that a lot of artists have anyway, and they just get magnified when you're turning on that portion of your brain more often.
yeah, that makes sense. You're just staring. I don't know. I guess certain things like that bug me, but other stuff like I'm more of like a flow guy. Like I want to be able to stay in one spot and like do it all.
Hmm.
So that tends to be how I set up my spaces.
Gotcha. So you want to be able to jump
and
back
then
and forth.
windows like avoiding glare. That's
Yeah.
like my one thing with windows is avoid glare.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, how much glare am I going to get if it's not even like, if it's a southern window, it doesn't seem like I'm going to get anything at all. Um, but
No, 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 no. I wouldn't think so. No, I'm just saying, like, I try to not be like I've got a window behind me, so I wouldn't put
yeah,
my computer against that wall. I usually have it
gotcha.
like a 90-degree angle to a window.
Gotcha.
Um, I don't know. I just it's like feng shui though, right? You just gotta walk into the room, which is what you're doing now, and being like, it's okay. Well, that's how it has to work in this space, because in a different space it would work better or worse or different.
Drum kit.
Oh, damn, you're gonna pack it in there then.
Yeah, well, it's a big room. It's bigger than it looks, I think. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know if that's interesting to anybody other than you, and maybe not even you.
It's no, it's a fun problem, and especially when you got those ceilings like that. Then I guess they're pretty big though. You showed me a picture of that, and I thought, God, he's gonna hit his head.
No, it's huge. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how tall it is, but in the center, it's really, really high. This is like a finished attic, but the house itself is structured like a 3-story house. So, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not going to hit my head on anything. It's really quite large. Um, but yeah, it's an interesting problem, and I'm looking forward to, moving the stuff in and actually seeing what goes where, and taking my time to do it. But yeah, so this is the space that I'll be fulfilling the plaza stuff in. We'll get some, card tables or something in here, and I think that there are a few friends, children who might be doing some paid labor for me.
No, no boogers on the books now, kids.
No, no, no. Very, very fastidious children. You gotta you gotta pick out the ones who fold everything just so.
It's really amazing to see like the gigantic set of resources and the massive facilities that you're running your publishing company out of. Like all of the employees and the AI robots that are putting things together and packaging. I just didn't know you were there yet, Sean.
Yeah, well, I mean, the assembly line is going to be right here. This is right where the conveyor belt goes, and it's just going to, I mean, if you think about the floor square footage here and the amount of circulation you can get, we're talking about 1,000 feet worth of conveyor belt. It's enough room for 15 different nuclear powered robots, I'd say.
Yeah, it's like the intestines. They say they'll like stretch you to the moon or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, I hope that was interesting to somebody, and thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, go check out Plaza if you haven't yet. It's a really fun book, and I'm really excited to be publishing it. And yeah, so this is the big operational hub here.
And also just if things have been weird over the last week on the channel, Sean's moving. My computer has been crashed, and I've been working from just my work laptop, which does not have any of my stuff on it, including the Living the Line logo. So we got like video thumbnails with the logo on it. And we haven't just lost our minds. There's just technical stuff going on.
Everybody's busy. But
Yeah.
yeah, you all have a good one. Take care, Carson. Talk to you soon.
Pleasure, Sean.
Bye.